All right, so this is type practice, and what you're looking at right now is what it should look like without my instructions when you are all finished. So what you need to do is either use Adobe Illustrator. If you don't have Adobe Illustrator because you're working at home and you need to get this in, Google Docs or a Google Slide would be okay. There's only, I think, one thing on there, the leading, that you would be unable to do. So for this document, you're going to go to Adobe Illustrator. You're going to go to New. If you're in Google Docs, you'll go same thing, 11 by 8.5 type practice. Okay, and hit OK. Control minus to make it a little smaller. And I'm just going to draw 4 rectangles, no fill, just a nice stroke. Hold down, get it nice and selected, hold down Alt. Okay, and rubber band select them, and then just pull out that corner if they're a little off. Okay, so the first one here, we're going to go in and we need to do sans serif type or serif type 3 times. 1, 2, and 3. Then we need 3 different sans serif types. This one's serif, sans serif, script, and then decorative. Okay, 3 different text boxes for each. Let me show you some hacks. I'm going to go here. I'm going to type my name, Ann Fitzgerald. Okay, I'm not going to type it again. I'm going to, once again, hold down Alt, hold down Alt. Okay, this one needs to be 12 point. This one needs to be 18 point per the instructions, and this one needs to be 36 points. Okay, so now they're all in their own box. I'm going to, once again, select all of them. I rubber band selected all of them. I don't want that box. I just want these. Hold down Alt, hold down Alt, and hold down Alt. That is how I efficiently get in there and have them all ready to go. Now, I'm just going to spread these out just a little bit. These need to be serif fonts. So what you can do is you can go up here, all right, and you can start kind of hoping and choosing and trying to find one. That's a script. So actually, this one needs to be a script. So I'm going to kind of cheat a little bit, okay, and put that one there. But ultimately, this is very difficult in this version of Illustrator. Google Docs would be a little bit easier because it's going to show you that. What you can also do is you can select it, and you can select one of them in Adobe Illustrator, all right, and then just kind of scroll down. Again, there's another script. So, I mean, I'm not going to mess around here. I'm just going to type that in there, all right. And I'm going to, that was a decorative. Expressa. I'm going to keep doing this until I see, oh, I have a lot of scripts. A nice sans serif, and I don't know why it jumped down. I think this one's a nice serif. Yep, it's a nice serif. So if you have to make it bigger to see it, there you go. So these would be 3 different serifs, okay? Then these are 3 different sans serifs. And then these are 3 scripts, and these are 3 decorative. Okay, you need to know the difference in order to be proficient in this. If you don't remember what they are, you can go back to our Padlet board. Okay, 4 main characters, or categories: serif, sans serif, script, decorative, and then how to use them. There's a whole little thing, or Google it. Okay, so now we need to go, and by the way, this is on Padlet, so go to Padlet and have this up on your phone. All right, so that was step number 1, which will be the bulk of your work. Now you need to align. So now you need to take the first ones. Of course, these are not finished, okay? They would be finished, and I need to make sure my window, my align, is open, and here it is. Okay, align. And I need to do these ones to the left, okay? And these ones go to the middle. These ones go to, oh, I have aligned. There we go. That's why. All right, make sure it's aligning to the selection. I had it to the artboard, so that's why. So I'm going to just redo these just to make sure. There you go. All right, it looks like they're not aligned, but they are. They're just different fonts, so they're spaced out differently. All right, so then it said leading. If you're on Google Docs, you're not able to do this. If you are on Illustrator, what you're going to do, leading is a spacing in between letters. It's why the Hyundai Palisade looks so cool, because the word Palisade is the leading, tracking. They call it tracking here in Adobe. Okay, where I'm going to go is I'm going to make sure I have font selected, type selected, and go to the character panel right here. And then its letting is this one right here. I'm going to change that to 200, but it's every first one. So it's this one. I'm going to hold down Shift and just click on every first one. When I see that blue underline, then I know I have it. And then that way I can do all of them at the same time. So there you go, 200. Okay, and it changed the letting. And it looks really nice. And it's not so tight and compact then. All right, then the next thing it says that each second one needs to get, oops, see, make sure that blue line is underneath there. Okay, every second one needs to get underlined, strike through, and then small caps. And small caps is through the cool little door right there. And this is small caps. Notice that you have all caps, superscript, and subscript as well if you were to need it. Okay, so there we go. All right, I might have to go and realign these now. I don't want to realign that. And maybe I should have put that further in the step, or maybe I don't, because now you have muscle memory. All right, there we go. There we go. All right, and then what's next is color. You're going to change the first name in your decorative. I don't care which one. I picked the biggest one, so I changed it down here. You're going to change it to a color. This one we will do a color with no fill, just an outline. Then you will turn one upside down, whichever one you want. You'll turn one on an angle. Step 7 is to write it vertically, and then step 8, and I'll show you that just a little bit. And then step 8 is your first and last name in 2 different type boxes, 2 different fonts, and then center them. You're going to save it as a PDF and submit it to Google Classroom. All right, if you're working in Google Docs, I don't know if you have the ability. I think you have the ability to save it as a PDF, and you should definitely do that. If you don't have the ability to save it as a PDF, you can export. It might be under export. I'm not quite sure, but you can just submit it as a Google Doc. Not what we're looking for, but it will do for now. All right, so here is the vertical type tool. You have type tool, type area, type on a path, and vertical type tool. That's how you do that. We don't use this very much. I can't even spell my name right now. All right, and you would continue on and you do all of this. If you're an Illustrator, don't forget you're going to File, Save As, and you're choosing PDF, okay, and saving, and then going into Google Classroom, all right, and submitting it. And there's a video on how to submit something, a file to Google Classroom if you don't know how to do it. I'll put it underneath this video in Padlet.